Good day to everyone. Let's begin our next lecture. Today, we are going to talk about the tasks and responsibilities of the staff and personnel in receiving foreign delegation. We do hope that you will get some useful information from today's lecture. As you know, there are a variety of jobs, variety of professions, and there are a variety of companies that especially deal with receiving foreign delegations. Not only formal, but as well as they will organize informal meetings. But they as well as follow all norms of diplomatic protocol. They organize business conferences, forums, specialized business missions, business meetings, negotiations, and online and video conferences. As well as they are interested in the global international service as well. These organizations as well as are interested in organizing different kind of international global meetings. We can get very useful information from various books concerning the basic procedure of receiving and preparation for the meeting of foreign delegates. First of all, information support they need to know. And then these companies try to make event planning, from planning, time just management, budget, and so on. First of all, they count all the expenditures, time, budgeting, visa control, choosing the venue, and so on. Event management is very important. First of all, they think about the target and budgeting, coordinating all the process, marketing, security, and so on. Organizing this kind of events just is a multitask activity. First of all, they think about the event organization. It takes a lot of considerable thinking and planning. It seems very easy from looking from the side, but there are a lot of backstage staff that do their best for the organization, the organized meeting. Booking air and railway tickets, hotel rooms, just conference hall and accommodation. It just requires a lot of effort from the organizers. Looking at the banquet hall, you can see that it seems to be very easy to have a guest, but being in the same role just will make you think about the difficulties of this procedure. Reception of the delegation members, as well as booking online and offline ticket, and of course just thinking about transferring from one point to another point, cultural program or just meeting program, as well as seeing them all. Of course, all of them will include variety of efforts, variety of personal, variety of types of service. Looking on the screen, you see how accurately is organized the meeting. The cultural event should be organized concerning to the diplomatic mission's nationality, from which country they are coming from. According to this feature, you have to think about the cultural program. If they are from India, of course, Indian show program is preferable. If they came from Russia, you have to think about some kind of Russian program, maybe some Russian restaurant, Russian features should include the cultural program. The main thing is related to cost management. Of course, everything just lies under the financial basis, and provision of statistical and accounting report is very important. How many people are coming, and they try to reduce the cost, and of course they try to think about everything concerning to this budget and this financial support. If the financial support is stable, that you can rely on qualified conference. Everything depends on the budget that you're spending. The next thing you have to think about the selection of the ideal venue for the event that meets all the technical and ideal atmosphere for the meeting. And next one is you have to get acquainted or just get connected to the linguistic support for the period of time. And as well, escort support is very important. You have to get the contact of interpreters as well as guide escorts, because the guests may prefer to have a short visit or visit around the city. Issuance of visas for individuals and groups are very important, and sometimes it relies on you. You have to organize all the transport documents, and visas can be provided according to the type of the visit. As we know, the types of the visit can be just private or business or for pleasure and so on. According to this type of stay or purpose of duration, you have to choose the types of the visa. And sometimes organizers take responsibility of organizing this kind of documents, and this kind of companies just take responsibility for just preparing the diplomatic passport for diplomatic mission. First of all, just the number of guests and number of diplomatic corpus as well as non-diplomatic staff will be taken into consideration. The companies that organize this kind of events, of course, have get in touch with this kind of service department as well, just to organize railway or just transport or airway tickets and documentation. When you speak about transit visa, just of course, this kind of type of visa is also just prepared by this kind of companies. That means just the transit through another territory. So they have to deal with this kind of problem, and the organizing companies, of course, just take responsibility to solve this kind of problem as well. According to the business type, you have to choose the service. Variety of service will be enlarged. The companies just provide private and corporate flights, business events, cost management, registration, VIP service, hotel, transfer, transport rental, and so on. Everything can be included to the service of these companies that organize different kind of local and international events. They provide with different kind of service. Even this kind of companies will think about the security of this place, security of the workplace and safety of the place. Of course, they may order security service as well as medical service, just to be alert about the urgent situation. And if you want to just order service of this kind of company, of course they will release your work, they will ease your work. As you see on the screen, everything is accurately held, but here a lot of backstage stuff just is very active that nobody notices them. When we speak about the hotel management service, we can say much. Just the diplomatic mission, of course, will be placed to the well-equipped accommodation, and of course, these type of buildings, of course, serve different kind of service for the guests. From the head of the hotel as a managers, just take care about their everything, whatever is related to the conference meeting procedure. Executive housekeepers, of course, will be responsible for the smooth running of the guest room. When we speak about the front office managers, they are responsible for guest reservation, and restaurant managers are responsible for the food and drink provided by the hotel. And when we speak about the convention manager especially is responsible to coordinate all the activities related to the meeting and conferences at the hall of the hotel. So according to the type of the guest, you have to choose the type of accommodation. But if they are very official, you have to choose very neat and tidy and qualified rooms. And there are a lot of other workers or staff of hotel, assistant managers, absent workers or valets and so on. And secretariat also works for the purpose of concerning the preparation of documentations, as well as the receptionist and the doorman, of course, take a great role in evaluating your hotel service just positively, as they do their best to be very kind and favorable for just the coming guests, and their attire, their official attire or just dress code. Of course, everything it can be evaluated by the diplomatic mission. When we speak about the chef or the cook, just plays a great role in this reception, as they do their best to cook the same food that is preferable for the guests arriving to the diplomatic mission. If they are from India, they preferably prepare Indian food. If they are from France, they preferably prepare French food, and so on, to be liked, to be liked by the guest. They try to be favorable for each guest. And so some hotels will have 24-hour room service and employ just some people who automatically change their duties, and they try to do their best to work 24 hours daily. And so these kind of companies, of course, get in touch with consultant interpreters. So consultant interpreter means the head of the group of interpreters who just provide interpretation service with their just assistants, with their own staff. And the organization that organizes kind of conference, of course, get in touch with the consultant interpreters, just who will surely provide qualified interpreters and translators for the events. When we speak about the interpretation service, we can say much. It depends on what kind of pair of languages is demanded. When we speak about meeting participants, we can say much about who will participate. Of course, you may say the participants and the speakers, no. But on the background stage, you can see a lot. You can see a lot of people. First of all, we get acquainted with each of them. So namely, we can just look at the screen and just memorize the leader of the meeting, just the recorder, timekeeper, and the participants, and the MC, and others. First of all, the leader. The leader of the organization of the meeting, especially is the person who organizes agenda from agenda up to the end of this event. The leader determines the meeting location, develops the agenda, and ensures equal speaking opportunity, maintains a positive, safe atmosphere, assigns other meeting rules, and so on, communicates with other people. They have got a lot of responsibility. They are responsible for everything, from the beginning till the end. They organize everything. They develop the agenda. That means the meeting timetable, we can say. From what time the speaker will speak up to what time. Everything will be clearly shown on agenda. They maintain a positive and safe atmosphere for the guests, for the participants, as well as for the backstage staff. When we speak about the recorder, specialists come to the meeting with a special recorder, and of course they record everything what is said during the conference. And of course, at the end of the conference, they just write the copy of protocol and hand it to the head of the committee or head of the meeting. And the recorder is very responsible to record everything, verbal discussion, quickly and accurately. They take accurate meeting notes. They write everything, and then at the end of the conference, they just print everything on the paper, and ready protocol will be given to the head of the meeting. The timekeeper is responsible for maintaining agenda's order by tracking how much time is allowed for each speaker, and of course they keep time limit, and they mention about time management. As well as they manage visual aids, equipments, whiteboards, flip charts, and so on. They are responsible for accommodation as well, for just equipment and tools to hold the conference with a high level. On the screen you can see different kind of equipment, just microphones, just different kind of tools that are on the table. All of them will be organized by the timekeepers. The participants, they work to support every other at the meeting, and they exchange opinions and create the friendly atmosphere. They try to understand the agenda and contribute insights to the agenda items, and of course contribute positive atmosphere to the meeting. When we speak about MC is a person, master of ceremony, who leads orderly or speaks the ceremony according to the agenda and gives the floor to the people, to the speakers, and who is a person who directs the event, acting as a host and introducing the speakers or performers. On the screen you can see the sample from agenda. So each time just is written, and what time the group of people should do is written on agenda, and it will of course direct all the people who comes to the meeting. And we, in the previous lecture, we mentioned about organizing the flowers, organizing the cards, as well as we spoke about organizing the press stuff, and so on. So just meeting a lot of people, or just having or organizing any kind of conference, just demands different kind of professions to act on the backstage. To sum up, we can say that organizing any kind of informal or official meeting requires from different personals, different professionals to offer different kind of service, from just drivers up to MC or just the leaders of the meeting. That was it for today. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.